all the time. One more time. God is good and all the time. Well, this place is electrifying. I mean, there is real energy and fire here. And I want to honor the area head for this glorious moment, his leadership, his drive, and the energy that we feel in this place. That tells me there is an apostle leading. That tells me there is a father in the house. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I came to and heard the good word, the inspiring word, and the more especially the message translation that the password is the key. The password is the key. You know, today, Honorable forced me to be here because yesterday was my birthday, and today was to be my Thanksgiving Day. That was my 67th birthday. And today happened to be the Thanksgiving that they are having. And he said, can you do everything to be here? So I was torn in between two great important things. And I said, okay, I will forgo my Thanksgiving and then come. I will forgo my Thanksgiving and come and be part of this great work. Now, hearing this, the journey of his life and our life in this program actually explains the story of Genesis chapter 12, where God told Abraham, get out of your country, get out of your family, get out of your territory to a land that I will show you. There are few things that I will share with you in that particular chapter of the scriptures that describes the story of this Thanksgiving. The first important thing, what God told Abraham is, whatever brought you to this level of life cannot take you to the next level. Whatever brought you to this level cannot take you to the next level. He said, come out of your family, come out of your kindred. And this was a moment where we thought, look, we needed to add value to our lives. The Honorable, Dr. Ofuswan Pofu thought that, look, wherever he has achieved, he started as a cadet in the NDC party, and from there, he became a district chief executive, from there a regional minister, and then he rose to become a party chairman. But he said, in the midst of all this, I need to move on to my life. I need to move on to the next phase of my life. So there is a great thing for the young men, especially that is the message I will want to challenge our youth of today. Whatever you have done that has brought you to this level in life cannot take you to the next level. Life is like the space shuttle. Just look at me. The space shuttle, before the space shuttle takes off, it needs to be fired up. And when they say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it takes off, there is a fire that boosts the space shuttle. But halfway into the clouds, the booster disconnects from the space shuttle. And if the booster does not disconnect from the space shuttle, there is no way the space shuttle can get to its destination. Before it must get there, there must be the disconnection of the booster. But however, the booster is needed for the space shuttle to take off. However, if the space shuttle is connected with the booster, it cannot get to its destination. There are boosters we all need. People come into your life as a life booster, but they may not be the same people that can help you to reach your destination. And there are times in life you must decide to disconnect with people who can take you to the next phase of your life. So as a young man and as a young woman, ask yourself, who are probably the boosters that may not help me to move on to the next phase of my life? The second important thing in that story is that keep your eyes on the ball. Keep your eyes on the ball. God told Abraham, I will bless you. In verse 2, I will bless you, and I will bless those who will bless you. and I will make your name great. That was the vision given to Abraham. But now it is now left to him to make it happen. Keep your eyes on the ball. Let me ask you a simple question. In the field of soccer, is it the player that follows the ball or the ball follows the player? Is it the ball that follows the player or the player follows the ball? The player follows the ball. Life is like that. Keep your eyes on the ball, which is the vision. It must be the vision that you must run towards to. And the moment in the field of soccer, when they are playing and the ball loops into the air, you see everybody is looking for the ball. But when the player is standing there and he doesn't have the ball and he's attacked, it's a foul. But the moment the player gets the ball and he's attacked, it's not a foul. When you are not going anywhere in your life, nobody will attack you. But the moment the ball gets to you, the moment you have a dream and a vision that this is what you would like to do, you will be attacked. You will be attacked. Why? Because the ball is now in your hands. When Honorable had a dream of the ball to do a PhD program, we all went there. But there were too few things that there's one or two professors just hate to hear. They hate to hear the word, you are an honorable, or a politician. The second group of professions they hate to hear, or this particular professor hates to hear, a bishop or a pastor. And so they decided that whatever be the case, they will make hell for us. They will make it difficult that you can go through. At a point, even during the exams, everybody has been writing with his pen, handwritten exams. But then when it came to our time, they said, you will now type. Instead of now writing with your hand, you will type. So if you don't know how to type, God help you. And you are sitting down for 6 hours, writing and defending your piece, your information. And if you don't know how to type, then you are in trouble. And this was the time he was going through health challenges. He couldn't sit more than 1 hour. But yet you have to be seated there for 6 hours. No matter how you will explain it, one professor said, whatever we want to do, at a point, one of the things I needed to do, they said it was not going to work. And then in the second year, he still said, you are wasting your time. By the fourth year, you realize that all the money you have spent and paid for has been wasted. Just because people will fight you when the ball gets to you. But don't give up. Don't give up. And that is the story. The third important thing in the story, move away from your comfort zone. Move away from your comfort zone. God told Abraham, and so Abraham, in verse 4, Abraham departed as the Lord had commanded him. He was happy in his family house. He was happy in his old house. He was happy with his family and friends. But there was a time he needed to move out. One of our biggest problems in Africa and Ghana is that we are too comfortable. And when you are too comfortable, you wouldn't make the effort to change your story. You wouldn't make the effort. Life is so easy. You drop a seed anywhere in our country, any part in the land, it will grow. So we see we don't struggle. The kind of bad weather the Europeans are having, we don't have that. So life is too easy for us. Maybe that is the reason why we are not developing. Because we are too comfortable in our condition of life. And therefore, God told Abraham, get out. He was so, with all the health challenges, with all the challenges we were going through, we said, this is the dream we have. Though they are discouraging us, we will make every effort. I want to encourage young men and women. Don't be comfortable where you find yourself. Move on to the next level of your life. And then the fourth important thing is that age should not be a limiting factor. In the same verse 4, we are told he was 75 years old, yet he was starting a new dream, a new vision. 75, but was beginning new. No matter where you find yourself as a young man and a young woman, do not allow age. You are not too young for God to use you. You are not too old for God to use you. You are not too young to start something. You are not too old to start something. Start wherever you find yourself and move on. And the fifth important lesson here is that the biggest enemy of success is not your father. The biggest enemy of success is not your friend. But the biggest enemy of success is success itself. The biggest enemy of success is success itself. The moment you allow success to eat into your head and get into your head, you are finished to move on to the next level. The biggest enemy to your success is your last certificate, which is hanging on your wall. Because anytime you look at it, you think you have arrived. Therefore, you are not ready to try something new again. And I want to encourage you as young men and women, you can do greater than where you find yourself. If the Honorable Doctor, in spite of his challenges at the time when he was going through elections, and yet he had to come and defend the paper, he had to come and write an exams. They didn't care whether he was touring around the whole nation during the campaign in 2020, and yet he had to come and write a paper. But in the midst of all this, he was determined. He was determined. He didn't allow the success he has experienced in life to become the end of his achievement. Because the biggest enemy to success is success itself. And number 6 in that story, stay relevant. And Abraham took his brother Lot and the wife with them, and including all the people he had worked with. Stay relevant. Our world is changing. And if you need to flow and to become relevant, if you need to become effective, stay relevant. Find out, what can I do now? What lessons can I learn? What can I do to change the direction of my life? How can I be at the cutting edge and make an impact with my life? As young men and young women, you need to upgrade yourself. If it means you need to go to school, do that. If it means you need to learn new trade, do that. The era of clerk and the era of office work are totally gone again. You can't wait for any more employment, but you can create your own employment. There is nothing like an already made job again. There is nothing like that. You can become an employer of yourself, an entrepreneur of yourself. Stay relevant in this life. And the final thing is that let God guide your steps. Bible said, and when he got to Ai and Bethel, he built an altar. We need the God factor. It is because of the goodness of God that has brought him to this place, that has brought us to this level. That in the midst of all the challenges, you need the divine hand of God to guide you. So as young men and women, let his achievement, let our achievement inspire young men of today that you can do more, you can be better than this, you can be greater than this, and you can do some exploits. On this note, we congratulate the Honorable Dr. Samuel Ofosu Ampofo for a great achievement, for a great work done. You have inspired many people that it is doable, it's possible, because when you don't have the ball, no one will attack you in this life. But the moment the ball gets to you, people will attack you. When people get to know where you want to go with your life, get ready for the arrows that will fly. But no matter the attack, hold on to your ball. Run after the ball. Follow the ball. Fix your eyes on the ball, and you will score your goal. You will achieve your dream. I congratulate him for the great work, and I want to thank God. We were studying together. His office was almost every place where we were studying, eating, and sleeping, because people felt that there was nothing we could do. They said as long as they were concerned, we could not make it. And the last thing Apostle, one of them did was, the woman told me that, as for your research paper, it will not be accepted. And then I said, that is what I want to do. Second year, she told me it's not going to work. Third year, she said, some of you will be surprised that by the end of your fourth year, when the examiners examine your papers, you'll be rejected. And guess what? When I finished writing the thesis, they have to send it to an external examiner. And then they sent it to the woman's husband, another professor. And so one of my professor friends said, oh, Bishop, what have you done? That now they have sentenced you to your enemies. The very woman who said there is no way you pass your thesis, now it has been sent to an external examiner. That external examiner happened to be the woman's husband. But in the midst of all this, when the results came, it was an A, excellence. If God is in it, nothing can stop it. If God is in that business, nothing can stop it. When God says yes, no one can say no. And the challenges that they gave to him, eventually he rose up. And today we are celebrating this great achievement to the glory of the Lord. Let his life inspire the young men and women that in the midst of difficulties, you can move on in life. Thank you very much.